Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Friday, November 25, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. And if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. By becoming a member of the High Stakes Patreon, you will have access to our best team picks, total picks, parlay picks and much more. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting predictions that ends up costing you a lot of time and money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you 2 betting picks for each game, a team pick and a total pick based on facts and detailed explanation. So make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Miami Heat vs Washington Wizards. This is a tough game to handicap because of the injury concerns on both teams. If Beal plays but Butler doesn't or vice versa, it really changes the landscape of this matchup. You have to go on who you know is playing, and Kuzma was great in Wednesday's loss while going for 20+ in 5 of the last 7. Porzingis has also averaged 20.5 points and 13 rebounds the last 2 meetings with the Heat, so Washington has the more consistent upside here. Take Washington Wizards plus 5 points. After the Wizards scored 17 points in the second quarter down 21, they bounced back in a big way with 37 in the third, outsourcing Miami by 14 in the quarter. The third quarter has been an alarming problem for the Heat this year. Miami has been outscored by 70 points, 198-128 in its last 6 third quarters. They have been dealing with a multitude of injuries, but another reason could be Lowry's increased playing time. The 36-year-old point guard has logged more minutes than anyone other than Kevin Durant this season. Tyler Herro is back after a 2-week absence, so the Heat may give Lowry some decreased minutes in the coming days. The first game went over, but I can see this being a much tighter defensive battle, with no major quarter blow-ups like the last game. Take the under. Indiana Pacers vs Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets are currently in 10th place in the Eastern Conference standings, as they are still 5.5 games back from the first-place Boston Celtics. They will have to start stringing together some wins if they want to continue to climb the ranks. On offense, they are scoring 111.4 points per game, and they are shooting 49.2% from the floor. This is the 18th most points scored per game, but the 3rd highest team shooting percentage. According to dunksandthrees.com, Brooklyn has an adjusted offensive rating of 114.1, which is the 7th highest rating in the NBA. Kevin Durant continues to lead the way for the Nets, as he is scoring 28.8 points per game on 53.4% shooting from the field. Brooklyn has also shown that they can score from mid-range or step behind the arc and knock down deep threes. The Nets are making 37.1% of their 3-point shots, which is the 11th highest shooting percentage in the league. They have taken care of business at the free throw line as well. They have made 79.9% of their shots at the charity stripe, as this is the 10th highest free throw shooting percentage in the NBA. They can't miss out on these free points and still expect to win these games. The Indiana Pacers are currently in 5th place in the Eastern Conference standings, as they are 3.5 games back from the Boston Celtics. The Pacers are also 7-3 in their last 10, as they have to stay hot if they want to inch closer to the top. On offense, the Pacers are scoring 115.9 points per game, and they are shooting 45.7% from the field. This is the 7th most points scored per game, but only the 23rd highest team shooting percentage. According to dunksandthrees.com, Indiana has an adjusted offensive rating of 113.4, which is the 9th highest rating in the NBA. They have shown that they can attack the basket, but they aren't afraid to pull the trigger from deep either. They are shooting 36.9% from behind the arc, which is the 12th highest 3-point shooting percentage in the NBA. Tyrese Haliburton has led the way for the Pacers, as he is scoring 19.8 points per game and averaging 10.9 assists. He leads the team in both of those categories, as he has continued to get his teammates involved. Indiana is also shooting 79.7% from the charity stripe, as this is the 12th highest team free throw shooting percentage in the league. I will be hammering the Brooklyn Nets, -3, on the road, as I see them being the more efficient team on both ends of the court. Brooklyn has the 7th highest adjusted offensive rating, and they have the 3rd highest team shooting percentage from the field. They will continue to find open shots throughout this game, as they will take advantage and slowly pull away. The Pacers have struggled on the defensive end of the court, as they are allowing the 19th most points per game, and their opponents have shot 45.7% from the floor. They won't be able to slow down the Net Stars, and Brooklyn will continue to score throughout this game. Now, I also see the Nets showing up on the defensive end of the court as well. They are only allowing the 12th least amount of points per game, and they have held their opponents to 44% shooting from the floor as well. This is the lowest shooting percentage given up in the league, as they have continued to contest shots near the rim. Indiana has struggled from the field to begin this season, and I see that trend continuing. They have only shot 45.7% from the field, which is the 23rd lowest shooting percentage in the NBA. They won't make enough shots, and the Nets will slowly pull away throughout this game. Pick the Brooklyn Nets on the road and lay the points, -3. Neither team has been doing too hot on the defensive side of the court according to dunks and threes, as the Nets are 20th in the sport with a 112.9 defensive rating, while the Pacers are 23rd with a 113.9 defensive rating. These teams also have been absolutely brutal at defending the three this year, as Indiana is 26th in the NBA, with a 37.6% clip falling against them, while Brooklyn is 28th, with an opposing three-point percentage of 38.1. The over has hit in 5 of the last 7 games against one another, so go with the over in this game as well. Memphis Grizzlies vs New Orleans Pelicans. The New Orleans Pelicans have been rolling along in the 2022-23 campaign. On Wednesday night, they took on the San Antonio Spurs and walked away with a 129-110 win. It was their 5th win in their last 6 games. They are now 11-7 and lead the Southwest Division by a game over Memphis. Zion Williamson led the Pelicans with 32 points and 11 rebounds, while Jonas Valanciunas added 22 points and 10 rebounds in the win. Devonte Graham added 21 points with 6 threes, while Brandon Ingram had 17 points and 10 assists. The Memphis Grizzlies are off to a 10-8 start this year. They are right in the thick of things in the Western Conference, jockeying for position with Dallas and New Orleans for the top spot. However, the Grizzlies have hit a bit of a rough patch, losing 2 in a row and 4 of their last 5 games. They are coming off a 113-109 loss to Sacramento on Tuesday night at home. The good news was that the Grizzlies got Ja Morant back after he missed the previous game with an ankle injury. This will be a good one between two teams that will be battling all season for the Southwest Division. But the Grizzlies really miss Desmond Bane, who is out for a few weeks with an injury. The Grizzlies have lost 4 of the 5 games he has been out, and the offense has struggled without his 24.7 points per game and scintillating 3-point shooting, as he shoots 45% from long range. In the last 5 games without Bane, the Grizzlies have averaged just 107.8 points per game, which is well below their 114.1 points per game season average. The defense misses him too, so I see the high-scoring Pelicans taking advantage of his absence. Take New Orleans to cover. New Orleans is currently the 3rd best team in the Western Conference, behind only the Suns and Nuggets 0.5 games back from the lead. The Pelicans have certainly proved they are real players in the West, ranking top 5 overall in points per game, 117.6, field goal percentage, 48.9, 3-point percentage, 38.5, steals per game, 8.5, net rating, 6.9, assist turnover ratio, 1.9, points off turnovers, 19.8 ppg, and points in the paint, 55.1 ppg. New Orleans has covered in each of its last 6 wins, as it's taken down Chicago twice, Houston, Memphis, Golden State and San Antonio, all since November 9. In their 113-102 win over the Grizzlies, the Pelicans covered as 1.5-point favorites despite Ja Morant posting 36 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists and 3 steals. With Memphis down Bane and Green, plus New Orleans down McCollum and Murphy, it makes an easy underplay even easier. The under is 6-2 in the Pelicans' last 8 games overall, and 5-1 in their last 6 against Western Conference opponents. The total has also gone under in 8 of the Grizzlies' last 12 contests, and 4 of their last 5 at home. Over the last 5 games for both teams, 229 points is the third highest total, with the under at a combined 6-4 in those 10 matchups. Take the under 229 points.